Hello and welcome. My name is Alan and I'm the host tonight for I Am Frequency. And to my left is the hostess with the mostest, Miss Maureen.
Hello, how are you?
We are really glad to be here. This is our first show, and God willing, we're going to have many. And the premise for I Am Frequency is just as the sign says. We are not AM, we are not FM, we are the I Am Frequency, the inner knowing of we have the responsibility to take care of our own energies and manifest our desires and truly make a difference in the world. And that's what this show is going to be all about. So we hope you call in 727-493-2055 and give us your I Am Frequency and your stories. And Miss Maureen, I'd like to start with you.
Okay, what would you like to know?
Well, I'm really glad you're here, and it's kind of a nice thing to have you sitting to my left because I met you last year, and when we started talking and going to spiritual events, and we constantly were raising our frequency with each other at these different events, and we kept bumping into each other, and it became a natural. And when you said before Christmas, we need to do a radio show and advertise the Divinely Guided Center, which you run, the first thing that came to my mind was no advertisement needed. You already have learn to manifest the power of attraction. Most of the world is still stuck on promotion, but it's changing. All of the upliftment, all of the meditation, all of the spiritual shift of consciousness is happening. And we hope that this show buys in to that energy of I Am Frequency and maybe stimulates you in some way. And again, we want to be stimulated from you in spreading this information. So with that said, here we are. And I couldn't be happier.
Okay. Yeah. Well, about a year ago, actually it's been 2 years ago since we got the center started. And for me, what went on was, is this mic working? Because it feels like
Yeah,
it's going
just
in
get a
and out.
little bit closer. That's okay. That's good.
Okay. All right.
And by the way, once you start talking about the center, would you please let me pull up to see all of the different things happening at the center and talk about our guests? I know we've got many good things happening, and I want to bring that up too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I was just kind of hanging out with friends, and we were all talking about, if we had all the money in the world, what would we do? And, if we didn't have to work. And so one of the things I said I would do is I would just, because we enjoy talking about spirituality and what we're reading and all the other things, I said, I would like to open up a center where we could just do mega classes and just help raise the vibration of the planet. And somebody looked at me and said, well, why don't you do that? And so I said, well,
They didn't know who they were saying that to, did they?
I didn't know who they were saying that to either at the time, and I started thinking about that. And I said, well, we could just start doing some classes and see what happens. And so we started. What happened was when I've only been in Florida for about 3 years.
From
Wisconsin.
We have that in common too.
Absolutely, yes. And so what happened was I was going to a lot of spiritual events, and a couple of the places, like I'd get off from work and I'd go to the Sanctuary of Light on Wednesdays. Joanne does a fabulous healing service there, and then afterwards you get free readings.
I've been there. It is
great.
lovely.
Yes, absolutely.
Which, by the way, I need to point this out, which is powerful. The I Am Frequency radio talk show is absolutely non-denominational. We welcome all thoughts of wholeness and oneness, and we come from the vibration that there are no labels. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
And so you will hear us talk about spiritual beings, spiritual people, spiritual organizations that motivate us, but we're always coming from the premise that we are one, that wholeness. So hopefully this show can eliminate some of the illusions of separateness and that we're all on this planet together raising our frequency. I am frequency. So please continue.
Yeah. And so I started thinking about what kind of classes and things we wanted to do. And one of the first things we got together and decided to do was to start like a new thought discussion group.
Mm-hmm.
And so we originally started the group out at a Temple Mount Spiritual Center, which is another great spiritual place. If you haven't been there, you got to check that out on the website. It's in Tarpon Springs. Steve is the owner. He's a fabulous guy. And I always believe in giving plugs to my friends because, I personally believe there is no competition.
Right.
Okay, we're all in this together. We all have a job to raise the planet, and so
It's our responsibility. That frequency within is our responsibility.
it is why we're here.
Absolutely.
So, and I truly, truly believe that. And so we started off doing some stuff out there, and then I noticed that when I would go to places like that, or when I would go by Gamadi, who runs the Ascending to Oneness up in Tampa, for those people who are into the oneness movement,
Mm-hmm.
fantastic place to go.
Absolutely.
And Gamadi is one of those spiritual beings that if there ever was an angel on earth.
And
she
you
is
know
it.
what? That's going to be on my wish list, our wish list. We're going to do a wish list of people we want on the show to help raise the frequency, and she would be on my wish list.
You would not have to keep her on your wish list long.
You can make that happen.
Oh, I'm sure she would come.
That's great.
She
That's awesome.
is just like I said, she's just an angel here on earth. And I started noticing that a lot of these people were running these things out of their homes. And so
Mhm.
that is when I got the idea that maybe I could start doing some classes, and I would just do them starting at the house. But it was like, okay, what other than the New Thought movement discussion group, what else did we want? Well, I started wanting some things that I had been interested in, but I just didn't have any idea where to find the people.
Mhm.
And one of the first classes we had was a class that was what was the name of that class? Where you leave your body and you.
I don't know that one. No.
Yes, you do know that one.
Was I there?
No, you weren't there.
I was going to say, if you leave your body and I was there, I must have been very good at it.
No, where you astral projection. We did an
Okay.
astral projection class.
Okay. I missed that one.
Yeah, and the guy was really good. And so after that, we just started adding classes and adding classes. And in January of last year, we added the Pistis of Sophia, which is a very unique class because up until that time, I didn't realize that when Christ was crucified and he came back and he met with his disciples and then he left again, I didn't realize he came back for many years and
Right.
taught
The
them.
11 years afterwards. And I've been
Yes.
to those classes and they're powerful. And I was looking for my list of all the classes that are going on at the Divinely Guided Center. And that is one of them. The Pistis Sophia class is
Yes.
actually this Sunday.
Yes.
And I've been going for over a year and it's powerful. And it blends right in with most everyone's belief system, from my understanding, because when we talk about Christ, we're not just talking about Jesus Christ, but the Christ consciousness. And again, going back to that wholeness of one and giving the illusion of separateness new light. So can we talk about the other classes going on? What else is happening at the Divinely Guided Center?
Okay. Right now, one of the classes that are going on is every Wednesday we do a Course in Miracles.
Aha.
Which
Hopefully we'll get a
we
call
will-
from them tonight. That's an
Yeah.
awesome class.
Awesome class. I have been a student of the Course in Miracles for the last 10 years,
Right,
off and on.
right.
And so it is one of my favorite classes. And at one point, I just said, I have got to have this class.
Yes. And
And-
that course really delves into, if I could pick up one word besides Course in Miracles, the number one thing I take from it is my perception has changed.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It will change your perception. It will work on forgiveness. And it is one of the fastest things I think you can do to help yourself to become enlightened.
Yes. And, enlightenment is an inside job, as we know. And as we talk about that for a moment, is it okay if we kind of take a moment of 20 minutes of turning within, spiritually connecting, so our listeners can also turn within and connect And we just spoke about the Pistis Sophia, the Course in Miracles. Again, what I love about the Course in Miracles, non-denominational. Above all the hoopla of labels, it doesn't matter where you're at, the God of your understanding and yourself, you the soul, not in the physical body, you the soul, the light, will fit right in. I've seen everybody take that course, have a stronger connection with the God of their understanding. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Right. So let's take a moment. I know since this is our first show, we're getting all the good things and we're supposed to have a little music in the background, but you know what?
How long did you say?
Oh, just 30 seconds.
Oh, 30 seconds.
Just enough to stop and focus. Oh, we do have a call. All right. Let them hold for about 30 seconds and then we'll see who it is. And thank you for calling. We're actually going to do a little meditation, 30 seconds, set the stage, because enlightenment is an inside job. And as everyone watching already understands with the God of their understanding, you can't search for something you already have. You can't go looking for something that you are already gifted with. It comes from inside. It's an inside job. So we're going to do 30 seconds of meditation for you to connect. And when we're done with that 30 seconds, please call 727-493-2055 and share your experiences of the I Am frequency. Unzipping the unconsciousness of self and letting the light shine out is an inside job. What is funny is we are already on the inside in, trying to look out at everyone else. If we would look only and directly into the eye of our own soul, the heart of the matter would be revealed. We would see that we are already enlightened. So don't look out, look in and lighten up. Laugh out loud because you are being your reflection. You are the light. You are the bee. You are. We are. We are the totality of all and the I Am frequency of now. Thank you, Marie.
Yes,
that was wonderful. And
got a caller.
I don't know about you, but again, before we bring the caller on, not to make them wait, but I vote that we do that often during the show, don't you? Not the poetry so much as the silence, but I like both.
I like the poetry. I'm afraid of dead time on radio.
No, but here's what's good. You're afraid of dead time on the radio. My dear, you're the one who has taught me that while we're walking in the public and we are out there in the public and we are in this vehicle, we are in this space suit, and I, the soul, am inside this costume. Many times it's so uncomfortable that I have to stop, do almost a traffic control because I have so many different thoughts randomly.
That is true.
And slow down and experience that dead silence, that dead time, dead to the body, but not dead to the spirit. So now we have two calls. We better take them.
Yes.
Let's take the first caller first and let them say hi, and then thank the second one for waiting, and we'll get right to them. Hello, and thank you for calling I Am Frequency Radio.
Hi, hello, this is Gary, Clean Flow Energy.
Hey, Gary, we are so glad you called. And you know what? Without our sponsors, there's nothing happening. I don't care how good we do on the air. we have to have our family who's helping us out. And I cut right to the chase because there's no BS on this show. We are what we are, and it is what it is. And one of the reasons we approached Clean Flow Energy, and by the way, did you like the meditation?
I loved it. I feel so relaxed.
It's good energy, isn't it?
Great energy.
And that's why, and if you can put up Clean Flow Energy on the screen, this is one reason why we went to you, because it blended right in with the I Am frequency beyond AM or FM. We are the I Am. When you have a company like Clean Flow Energy, and by the way, can we have you on as a guest someday?
Absolutely. I would love that.
Great. We're we really don't have any sponsors here. We just have one big happy family, and we welcome you into the family. And if you could share with everyone what you're going to bring to the table with good energy, because we're talking about the spiritual energy, but these spiritual souls, us, we, the energy, still have to live here in this third physical density. And the energy here is powered by electricity. And you bring to the table a clean flow electric company that can reduce our electric bills by 30%, excuse me. That's a lot more than 30 cents. And being this is our first show, we have invited sponsors to call because, again, it is what it is, and we need everybody to help this show continue its success. So, Gary, just tell us what Clean Flow Energy can do for everyone.
Well, I'm going to get straight to the point. We can reduce your electric bills month after month, anywhere from 15 to 30%, and that's guaranteed to clean up your power and have a nice, healthy flow of electricity coming into your property. So you can enjoy residual savings every month, as well as phenomenal protection of your electrical system.
Excellent.
So in a nutshell, we save you money month after month, as well as protect your electrical system in the process.
Right. And why I want you and everyone to hook up with you is because when we save money, we have to work less and we can meditate more. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much. But I do want people to know they can go to cleanflow.com, cleanflowenergy.com. They can get a free demonstration. And Gary, we're definitely going to have you on when we can dedicate some time to you. But thank you so much for starting our show off correctly. And thank you for all your support. And it's important to have good companies working with us.
Thank you, Alan. We look forward to working with you guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that was fast. We love our sponsors calling in, and we've got some more people waiting, but I do want to share this. Go ahead.
No, let's get our people. We can't have them wait.
You don't want them waiting. I like them waiting.
I don't like
Listen, have you ever been to a good restaurant, dear, where people are seated right away, or are they standing in line? No, I'm teasing. Let's absolutely get our next caller on. Go ahead. Welcome to I Am Frequency.
Hi, Alan. Hi, Maureen. How are you?
Fantastic.
Oh, my gosh.
It's Mike Bryant.
Hello, Mike. How are you?
I'm good.
Excellent. You know what? We were actually talking earlier about A Course in Miracles, which is an absolute wonderful direct fit with I Am Frequency Beyond AM FM, the I Am Frequency. And please share with us a little more in detail. I know we're going to be at Marines, the Center for the Divinely Guided, on
Wednesdays. Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
From 7 to 8 o'clock.
And please feel free to give our listeners, since you are the facilitator, something that they can expect in that. Is it an hour or 90 minutes?
It's 90 minutes.
Okay. So would you please share with our listeners, and remember, they can call in at 727-493-2055 and listen to the facilitator for A Course in Miracles himself and get more information. So please give us a heads up on this class and how you facilitate it.
Well, A Course in Miracles is basically a means by which some people may be able to get themselves away from a fearful mindset and more towards a loving mindset.
Fear, false emotions appearing real, yes.
You had mentioned earlier about illusion of separateness.
Yes.
And according to the Course, this is actually the only error that any of us need correct, is the illusion that we are separate from God and separate from all that is. If we take care of that one thing, which is obviously a biggie.
In fact, it's so big, I want to hear it again for myself and the listeners. And one more time on that, please.
Well, the only error that we need correct, according to the Course, is the idea that we are separate from God and all that is.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's a big wow. It'd be a different world if everyone thought that way, would it not?
Well, I think that we see many indications, more and more so actually, of oneness in this world. if we can manage to keep the TV turned off and not watch the news, we probably are able to see a lot of good things happening around us.
Right. Yes. 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 In fact, you know what? I do not even own a TV. Now, I'm guilty of going on YouTube once in a while and searching, but there's no television in my house. In my side of the house, there's no TV because I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, isn't there a vibration coming out of that television constantly, even though it's not turned on?
There's a low frequency, yes.
Yes. So getting back to the Course of Miracles, that's a big project, and I've attended them with you, and I've really enjoyed it because, and Maureen, jump in on this, he allows participation of everyone in the room, so you feel a sense of equanimity that we are all on an equal playing field, striving to be better and better, betterer and betterer. Correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah. The course, is operating from the supposition that every one of us, in fact, is actually whole and perfect and loving. That is our natural state.
Right.
And anything but that is basically a misperception on our part as to what we are seeing and experiencing.
Yes. So here's a question for our viewers. And again, I'd like to share this because most people, I mean, let's be real, this is a live call-in show, and there are people watching, but the majority of the people are like us again when we go to YouTube or we go to talkwad.com radio, and we start surfing for things that pique our interest, or we search for things we like. When somebody picks up the Course of Miracles, and you've done this.
A Course in Miracles.
Thank you very much. A Course in Miracles. When somebody picks up A Course in Miracles and they randomly open a page, they can pick up on the energy and the vibration, and I believe they're right where they're supposed to be with the synchronicity of synchronicity. And it's the same thing with people watching this show. As you're flipping through and you're going, what the bleep is I Am Frequency? And you feel a good vibration. You might hear a meditation or a poem or hear a guest that you like or listen to lovely Miss Maureen. And there is no time. Time is an illusion. That time, it's just as fresh as it is now. So in other words, what I'm saying is I believe, and I like working on going beyond the illusion of time as well, and the constant moment now. The I Am frequency is always now. And the Course teaches that, or sets that circumstance up, does it not?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm with you 100% on the time is illusion thing. I mean, the sun rises and sets and the earth spins and the earth revolves around the sun. So there is a perception that time is happening. We perceive it in a linear fashion. But truly, in fact, there is nothing but now, this moment, ever. It's called the eternal now because it's now eternally.
Correct. And it feels good, doesn't it? Once you're used to it, it feels better to be here and now. And I kind of check my stage by that.
When we are focused on the now, we basically have no problems. Because the only problems that we ever have are fear-based, and that fear is brought forward from experiences that we've had in the past into the now and creates fearful scenarios, and also gets projected into the future, which, neither truly exists. The past is no longer, and the future that we imagine will never happen. So all there is right now.
Wow, absolutely. Even coming across the radio, it feels powerful. Thank you so much. We're listening to A Course in Miracles with Mike. And this Course of Miracles can be attended for a love offering every Wednesday from 7
to 8:30.
And would you like to give the number or the address, how they hook up with it?
Absolutely. The address is 4345 Ridgemore Drive North. And that's in Palm Harbor, Florida, 34685. And I can give out the center number too. You can call the center if you have any questions.
And we'll put it up on our website here too, but give it out now.
All right. The center number is 727-848-3040.
Now, Mike, I wrote something for you. Being a writer, radio host slash guy who's spent my whole life working on first of all, working on stage, then working on my stage. Now we like to think we work through our stage. And we thank facilitators like you to help keeping our frequency and stage expanding. But being a writer, I wrote something, and if you'd allow me to read it to you, and then I'll let you close out and say goodbye to everybody and invite them to A Course of Miracles. May I do that?
By all means, I'd love to hear it.
And since we have an hour, and we probably won't have a whole lot of callers lined up on our first show, although that's been happening already, which is a pleasant surprise. Here it goes. And I think one of the things I like, and Maureen, I thank you. You're the one who's wanted me to promote these poems as well. And
oh, absolutely, you are a fantastic poetry writer. So,
but I
absolutely.
believe most artists, when it comes to the spoken word, have that tremendously shy side to them. And I know that's hard to believe with me, but I believe my poems are the reflection or echo of our frequencies of beingness and the stillness I am. I am allowing the reflection of me, the hologram, to come back and humbly resonate or enter in so I can keep creating a better world, starting with me holographically. And with that said, I kind of wrote this thinking of Mike in the Course of Miracles. We are pomegranate entertainment. The future belongs now to those who believe in their dreams and live them now. As a pomegramist, I equate the high entertainment value and validity of healing humor into the now, rhythmic, psychosomatic, soul-level, validated vibrational frequencies of healing now. To thine own self be true now. The experience at one of our holistic pomegranate events is validated by going beyond the entrapment or entrainment of the limited, suppressed internet and 3D wear your glasses communications that are making up the matrix of our movie world today. Their movies invent, hellbound bent, creating violence intent is a shadow they have sent. It's okay. I do not buy into it. We are light, and we are light seers. As light seers living in the now, I have seen the shadows they've sent. As a pomegranate entertainment theater system living in the now, I remember that the future belongs to those now who believe in their dreams now. You see, we are light, and I see the shadows dissipate into the new day, good morning, of the new world, borning. I live my dreams as we are the beings, we are the bornings, by entering into the world of unity and oneness now, where the intent internet. That's the intent internet of the I am frequency now of universal intelligence, Godhead, and pure human consciousness dwarfs all forms of man-made communication systems. We are the art we are creating now. It has been said that the highest art form is defined by how someone affects the quality of the moment. So if the highest art form is how you affect the quality of the moment, living in the now with the Course of Miracles, A Course of Miracles now, could it be any better than that?
That's really nice, Alan.
Well, I was very inspired after the first couple of classes with you, and I look forward to attending them and invite the rest of the world. They can call in right now. We're in Studio 2, 727-493-2055, and you too can join us for A Course in Miracles. Yay!
Well, we'd certainly love for anybody who feels an interest or compelled to see what this is about to join us, and it's a very open and loving atmosphere.
And tell us the cost again. How much is it?
There is no charge. We ask for simply a $5 love donation.
Let's be real. That's awesome, and you're totally correct. But if I can't afford more than $5, I gotta, my love is not equal to what I pay. But what I've learned for me is that you can't outgive the experience of something real for yourself. And that's another thing that I wanted to tell Maureen too. Everything at the Divinely Guided Center, which gives you the gifts to guide within, and A Course in Miracles being a love offering. I don't know about you, but correct me if I'm wrong. when somebody doesn't charge and they give of their life and their being and they give everything and there's no charge, I tend to believe their truth level more than people who put prices on things. Now, I'm not arguing that there's price on things because I know how the world goes around, but when you experience things that are given to you out of love, how the abundance is always for real, physically, mentally, spiritually, into the next level. So thank you for
absolutely. Yeah, we certainly, if the $5 is any type of a problem, or you happen to not have cash with you, please show up anyway. It's not about the money. It's about raising the vibration of the planet, but like you said earlier, and the way that happens is by raising our own vibrations one person at a time. And A Course in Miracles will absolutely help anyone learn how to do that and to find peace and joy within their life.
Right. A Course in Miracles, again, with Mike. Thank you so much. And it will absolutely rock your socks or rock you into the now, whichever comes first.
Thanks, guys. I love what you're doing here. This is great.
Hey, we got to get you in the studio here so people can experience your nice, calming voice and see you in person. And please stop by and do a live interview or part of the course, A Course in Miracles, right here on the show. That's Am Fequency 727-493-2055. Thank you so much for calling.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Okay, Maureen, tell everybody one more time what day and what time, and we'll move on to the next subject.
Okay. The Course in Miracles is always on Wednesdays from 7 to 8:30. It is at 4345 Ridgemore Drive. That's Palm Harbor, Florida. And the zip code is 34685.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Maureen, I'd like to read something right here because, again, we're going to bring up books on this show and topics. And for the people watching and listening and picking us up on YouTube later, please take down our number and call in live, because when you do something live and we share it, it increases the energy and the frequency. And we all know who said, when one or more are gathered in our name, I am there and the presence is stronger. So again, as the family of light awakens around the planet, the more the merrier as our consciousness comes together. And with that said, there's a book, and we want you to call in and share your books too for I Am Frequency, because it's our responsibility. Have you read The Dragon Doesn't Live Here Anymore by Alan Cohen?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on my wish list to get here. Fantastic book, isn't it?
We're going to have to talk about our wish list.
We're going to talk about our wish list. In fact, what you ardently desire, sincerely believe in, enthusiastically act upon, must inevitably come to pass. And with our wish list, which we're going to share after I read this, we've already discussed it, high five, and totally believe that everybody we mention will turn up for I Am Frequency one way or another. That sacredness of synchronicity really happens. And I want to talk about that too.
Always.
So this is just a paragraph or two from The Dragon Doesn't Live Here Anymore with Alan Cohen. And it fit in. I like shortening my words, fit into flit. And it absolutely fits right in. It's called Reflections. Divine Ones, cease your continuous misidentification with the forms that you have created with your very own minds. Return to your true home with yourself. All that you see outside of you is a dream. In truth, there is no separation except that which you have made by your refusal to accept your own wholeness. Shadows exist only when you turn your back to the light. Courageously destroy all that you have made outside of yourself. Renounce your striving against that which you would not admit. Prostrate yourself before no man, but only before God who dwells within you now. And he goes on talking about the same thing that we're talking about on this show and you and I talk about all the time. Eliminating the shadow, raising your own vibration and your own frequency, and merging into the light. So what else are we got to mention the other things before we get to our wish list. At the center, I know we mentioned Pistis Sophia, we mentioned Course in Miracles. I know there's some music coming up, and I definitely want to announce this. There's E-Love, who does crystal bowls.
Right.
Is that at the Divine Center?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll give them a plug anyway. I thought it was.
No.
Oh, but
no, we're doing on the 24th, I think it is. No, it's got to be the 25th because the 24th is a Thursday. We are doing a healing with sound and meditation. and that is going to be led by Carolyn Puckett.
Ah, she's very good. She's a
Yes.
massage therapist slash healer. She's
Healer,
awesome.
fantastic healer.
Yes, she is.
And she's going to be there. Her stuff is always very upbeat. It's all very fun.
And you get results. People who work with Carolyn Puckett get results.
I hear that all the time.
Yes.
I mean, she's got a lot of very satisfied customers. So come on
So they're going
out.
to do sound healing
Yes.
and what else?
Meditation, and they'll probably, and she's also into myofascial release.
Yes.
So I'm sure she's going
And
to
for those of you that do
that
not
as well.
know what myofascial release is, there's a very thin layer of tissue between the skin and the muscle. And it's now been scientifically proven that it can crystallize and cause all sorts of dis-ease and discomfort. And there are tons of side effects. And when somebody goes through special training and they can break up those crystals, allow the body to absorb them and get rid of it, myofascial release technique, and again with Carolyn Puckett, literally sets up the circumstances whereby the body can heal itself. That's amazing. And John Barnes, it's John Barnes, isn't it? I believe
think
it
so.
is. Yes,
I think so.
who actually did this technique over the years and has perfected it, and it's now accepted within the medical realm. But you know how I feel about that. I don't believe in alternative medicine. I believe all the wellness things, from nutrition to chiropractic. Dr. Patty Ribley's on my wish list to come in here to, I'm a vegetarian. All of the things in preventative to me is mainstream. And with due respect to our medical field and the overuse of pharmaceutical and drugs, I just say, hey, try the natural alternative first, huh?
Absolutely.
So, okay, so we covered everybody at the center, right?
No.
Oh, please. That's why you're here, to keep us in line.
Well,
Who else do we have coming?
Well, actually, this is not at the center, but it is one of the things that we sponsor. We do a blessing every second and fourth Saturday from
Yes.
5:30 to 6:30.
I've been there too, and it's amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. Yes, it is.
That's the
And,
oneness blessing,
The
which
oneness
is
blessing.
Mhm.
It's held at Yoga Shakti in Tarpon Springs on Keystone Road. I don't have the address, but they can Google it.
yes.
And like I said, that's going to be on the 25th. Our next one from 5:30 to 6:30.
Yes. And speaking of the yoga tree, where a lot of oneness blessing takes place as well,
Yoga Village.
Yoga Village. There you go. I go there and I hug the trees behind the building, so I call it the yoga tree. You knew I was a tree hugger, right?
Absolutely,
Yes.
yeah.
If you've never hugged a tree, it's an awesome thing. We'll talk about that some show, not today though. But at the Yoga Village, they're going to be one of our guests too. So speaking of that, let's give a little intro for you. I know that you've taken extensive courses there, and I'd just like you to spend a few minutes and talk about your yoga certification and the benefits that's given you and how you share other people's benefits through that.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, I did take the teacher training to be a Kundalini teacher. And that,
Kundalini yoga there's so many yogas today. Tell us what Kundalini yoga is.
Kundalini yoga is kind of like the yoga of awareness almost. And it not only works on the physical body, but it's also very spiritual, and it's all encompassing. And for me, it really kind of saved my life a little bit, because I was really kind of headed on not exercising, not eating right. And it just covers all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a year-long program. And so by the time I finished, one of the things that I know that we're going to start doing at the center again is before I actually even started the class, the teacher training class, we were doing Kundalini practice at the center, and we're going to start that back up.
Excellent.
Well.
Excellent.
So
Now,
in the month of February.
I have taken a few of those classes, and if you don't do them as correctly when you start, don't feel bad, because some of the muscles in your body you did not know even existed.
And we're very patient.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't try to make you put your foot back around your neck and
The beautiful part about that specific yoga and yoga in general is the gift of energizing the physical body to catch up and manifest with the spirit. As we all know, energy goes from the brain and travels down the spine at the speed of light, and the trillions of cells that make up the body actually are enlightened from you and your thoughts. What you ardently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically act upon will come to pass in your very own I am frequency, and you can command it. There are scientific data and facts on this subject over and over and over. What's different today, as we're about to go through our wish list, is there are people who are living it by the millions, not the thousands, not the hundreds. I was reading somewhere online, and I got to grab that stat and bring it back because I like to give stats, that there are more people now practicing yoga and spirituality at the highest level of mankind. And the spiritual shift is not only in full motion, but the results are being felt by all the grassroots across the world.
Oh, I definitely believe that.
Yeah. And we're just another group, I Am Frequency, doing our part. I love to surf the internet, and hopefully we will be hooking up with other internet surfers and have this show expand as well. That is our frequency, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So on our wish list, I'm going to name a few off, then you can do your wish list, and these souls will materialize, and then we will talk about how the I Am Frequency materialized them to join the fun. Am I right?
Absolutely, yes.
I
can't wait.
I've got someone in Illinois. I met this soul many years ago, 25 years ago. She runs chiropractic clinics. Her name is Deborah Holscher McNeely. Deborah Holscher McNeely, I love you. You are an amazing woman. She runs a nonprofit organization called Boomerangs and Butterflies.
Wow, what a unique name. What does she do?
And I could be, if I was growing up today, I'd be the DDA or ADD poster child. It could be Butterflies and Boomerangs or Boomerangs and Butterflies, but it's an awesome site. And she literally does things in her community in Bloomington, Illinois, where they raise the vibration and the frequency of the community, from children with autism to hungry. She wouldn't even want me to tell you all everything she does because she says she never does it. She has a whole team of people doing it, which is awesome, and it does take that team. So I would love to have Deborah Holscher on this show. That's going to happen. I've got some more. Should I keep going, or you want to jump in? Mark Victor Hansen, Chicken Soup for the Soul. Had the pleasure of working with him, danced with his wife. Great time at the Chiropractic Parker Seminar. Mark will be on this show. Dr. Fabrizio, a chiropractor, teacher, student of the art of healing and setting up the circumstances for your body. And I guess why I'm so big into the healing arts is because I've used them my whole life and I've received the benefits from them. And both my children have had natural, holistic childbirths where my son looked at me when he was 3 seconds old, natural birth. Now, obviously, my former wife did all the work. And but we used to talk to Adam when he was in the womb, and he would kick our lips. It was amazing. And all this was done through natural, holistic ability with, and knock on wood, by the grace of God, they don't get sick. And those are stories around the world, not just my kids, but the holism of holistic approach in the I Am Frequency and taking the responsibility to understand your body and how it works, and then allowing that natural works. You can't argue that. So I've got a lot of chiropractic and holistic doctors I want on the show, along with acupuncturists. In fact, this is one of our fine contributors or supporters to the show, Get Zen Healing Centers with Dr. Susan Phillips. She's amazing, and she has offices in Oldsmar and Spring Hill, and we want her on the show. That's going to be great. Saint Germain, how about that one?
Wow.
How about in spirit?
I think he's here anyway.
That's right. In fact, since this is our first show, if you don't mind, I brought something from Saint Germain. I know you've turned me on to his readings, and Saint Germain is absolutely an awesome being, and that presence is always with us. So we're going to read a Saint Germain invocation. That'd be great. So he will be on our show immediately. Patch Adams. Patch Adams is the doctor. Robin Williams played him.
Oh, Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely. I saw the movie.
Patch Adams, a doctor that was a clown, and laughter. My background too is with laughter and comedy and the healing of validity humor. And it's mentally, physically, and spiritually impossible to be depressed while you laugh. And if you look at the chakras involved with the male, you've got the outside lower vibration of the testicles, ha ha ha, and they vibrate. You go up into the stomach, ha ha ha, belly laugh. You can feel butterflies up into the heart chakra, and you're breathing, ha 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 ha. It goes into the throat chakra, ha 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 ha. The sixth chakra is sharp and witty because the energy in the blood rushes to the head. And then the crown chakra, it's blasted wide open. And Patch Adams lived that with that healing modality of going into the hospitals and giving the kids that enlightenment. So I want Patch Adams on the show. Another reason why I want him is I had the pleasure of working along his side. He said that when I was at a Parker seminar in Las Vegas, and he spoke in front of 5,000 chiropractors, and I was on stage and did my little emceeing part, but it was really lucky to be backstage with him. And he talked about two things. One, when he walked on stage, he paced back and forth. And for 3 minutes, he paced back and forth and didn't say anything. And then he looked up at the audience and he said, I don't know what to do. What do you do? And there was this stillness. And he said, what do you do when they make a movie about you and you're not even dead yet? So he had all the doctors rolling. And then he said that Robin Williams literally followed him around for 3 months like a shadow and wouldn't leave his side. And he took that serious to ace that part. So it'd be great to have Dr. Patch Adams on and see where he's at, and maybe even hook him up with some local hospitals. That's on my wish list.
You've got quite a wish list there.
And I'm not even done, girlfriend.
Okay.
I got Deep Pocket Chopra. I mean, Dr. Deepak Chopra. I can call him that lovingly. He's awesome. Bruce Lipton, Biology of
now
Belief.
you're cutting into my wish list.
Okay. You love Bruce Lipton too?
I love Bruce Lipton, but I was a big Deepak fan for years.
Yeah, he's amazing.
You know, he's got a retreat. I haven't been there yet, but
he's awesome.
I'm still planning on getting to his retreat.
Good. Maybe we can go together or set up a divinely guided retreat there.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's enough of my wish list. Please share some of yours, because when we wish them together, and everyone calling in for 727-493-2055, we manifest this all simultaneously right now at the I Am Frequency. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, one of my first on my wish list is Marianne Williams.
Aha.
There's nothing that she can say or do. Every time I listen to her, she just takes me to another level.
Mm-hmm.
So she's probably my biggest fan. And of course, she's got to come pretty fast. But Louise Hay.
Oh my gosh.
I kind of started many moons ago. She was one of my first ones that got
Carolyn
me
Miss.
into yes.
Yeah. I would actually namaste and then give 2 hugs.
Yeah, but yeah, affirmations. I had affirmations everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he's still around. Is Arnold Patton still around? He was another one of my first ones.
Yeah.
You know, I can remember reading his book with tears streaming because I had all these thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
Nobody else, and I talked to him and they would look at me like I had 3 heads. And then finally I picked up this book, and everything that I ever thought was in this book.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, I am not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so once I found out that there were other people that thought like that, then I just kind of went crazy and I just started reading everything. I still like Katie Byron.
Mm.
I still like Katie. And Jay-Z. What is Jay-Z?
Jay-Z Knight.
Yeah.
That's one of the originals from a long time ago.
Yeah. She used to.
Well, if we're going to do that, then I've got to go back to.
Rantha.
I got to go back to Out on a Limb, Shirley MacLaine. That was one of my first ones years ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I couldn't put the book down. I mean, from that moment she wrote that, everything else she wrote, and I looked at her differently.
Yeah.
Because I knew she was there.
You know what we're going to do now? We're going to, when we're not here in the studio and we have time, we're going to be seeing who can manifest theirs quicker. I'll help you manifest yours first. Okay, let's do this.
Oh, we got crossovers.
That's right.
We got crossovers. Well,
yeah, they just said we have 10 minutes left. So in this 10 minutes, let's manifest some more callers. How's that, Miss Maureen? But I'd like to do this. Can we do 30 seconds of silence again and I can sneak in another poem?
That would be fabulous.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
I don't want to poem you to death, but I love them.
Well, this will be what, the third one?
I don't know who's counting.
Okay.
uh,
3 in an hour is not bad. I think
hey, can
that's
you
not
cue us, Mr. Adam? And by the way, anybody who's thinking of Talkwad Radio has been fantastic. A big shout out to Nolan, who owns this wonderful complex.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Adam. You guys have been great. You made us feel so at home for our first show. We are actually going to come back and back and back, and they're not going to be able to get rid of us because we're having so much fun, are we not?
Yeah.
I feel the energy, the love, and it's great. And while we have 30 seconds of music and meditation, and I'm going to share another poem of the I Am Frequency from a book I've written called Holograms of Poems in Stillness. Call in 727-493-2055. Here we go with you setting your own vibration with the God of your understanding. And a special hello to Sybil. You know who you are. A smile. The past does not exist, and the future does not pull. You see, the gift of time is the present, and heaven is where the presents are always open. Now in the taste of your life, create your very own golden age strawberry patch with your own frequency, the I Am frequency, which belongs to you. Now, all of you who believe in your dreams, you are open. I am open. As the new day kisses the sunrise good morning, your breakfast has been, it's already warming. Take wake and wink. There's not even a need to think, just blink. A breath flows in, a breath flows out, and you wink. Then the total fragrance of perfection starts to hum, breathing in the beingness, expanding it from lung to lung. With the grass and the flowers together, your day has just begun. Everything in you are shining warmly in perfect harmony with the sun. The heart listens in rhythm to the dewdrops falling like a drum. Vibrations transcending, consciousness absorbing love, you are one. Completely soul open now, ready to run. I am open. Everything is open and vast. Open air, open doors, open class. Open theater and dance, forever it will last. Over here, over there, open everywhere. With a glance, thoughts open. Touching as the birds fly by, the sounds fall off their wings, blending in melody with everything else that sings. I am open now. Tall, lean splendor grass, brushing the petals and grooming the patch, sighting endless blue-green fields of vibrant silence. I am a perfect match. Thinking I am open, I slide on over in time for the catch. Being now in the size of my hand lays fruit from my life's strawberry patch, my very own I Am frequency. Hello, giggle, giggle, laugh, gently tugging, sharing a splash, then a wink from a perfect eyelash. So sweet to feel your heartbeat, so close we meet. I look inside me to see whose beat, so sweet. I am open. Then in pure, golden, blissful yoga heat, the hearts in front of me momentarily stop, beating, and our third eyes meet. Now I am open. A wink and a flash from a perfect eyelash. Union of thought, wholeness complete. Soon there will be more conscious little feet. Right now, in the I Am frequency golden age strawberry patch, you see, you, me, and we have opened the conscious hatch. I am open. I am frequency. I am.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Wow, that felt
Yeah. You are a fantastic poet. You are really going to.
Oh, I still like my first poem. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. What can I say? But thank you for letting me share that, because you know what? I believe that if there's one thing you've always done for me is you've allowed me to be me and open up and understand that it's okay to shine.
Absolutely.
And you do that to everybody.
but
You do that to everybody.
You have such a golden, fantastic light. Why would you not want to?
Yeah. Well, you know what? The world, and for everybody listening, I'm sure you can associate with this. You know, the whole light family's waking up, and the indigo children, the crystalline children, everyone, we're all here. And we've all given each other permission to shine now, because enough is enough. You know, I got to read this real quick. No, I'm not going to read that. I mean, we're just going to share it, because you know what? I used to have anger issues of what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And this person's doing that, and the government's doing this. And what about that? And oh my God, if you want a bigger, larger spiritual experience, all you really got to do is drive up and down Highway 19 more often.
Oh, yeah.
And after years of meditating and putting forth that effort, going to India, the Himalayan mountains, and taking class after class after class, I finally realized with the I Am frequency that how can I look for something we already have? That's the illusion. This is why we talked about this, and I know it's okay if I share it. One of the main things we wanted to do with I Am frequency is pull away the illusions of separateness. There is no so-and-so. God, the unlimited, manifest, loving Father, Mother, being of all consciousness, the totality of one, does not see this denomination or that denomination. It's all one. So how can we shoot our brother from across? And instead of arguing with the government and everyone, and I love America, I love living here, and I do my best to be a great citizen, I just, for one, believe that peace is a superpower. And with the frequency of I Am frequency, peace is a superpower, and I'm doing my part.
And there is no duality. Everything plays a part.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yes.
It's all good.
Yes. So we've got like
2 minutes.
3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Is there anything from your heart? And you're going to come back next week with me, right?
If you'd like.
Or am I coming back with you? We can't separate. We got to do this
I
together.
think next week is A Course in Miracles, and then the week after that, you come.
Okay, good. Because I've been told we make a good yin and yang, yang and yin.
Okay.
In fact,
That's because we're one, Alan.
yeah, we are. We're brother and sister in the family of light. But I do, I know I've had some notes. We had Saint Germain. Let me grab this.
Okay, well, you got to hurry up. We got to close out. We got 2 minutes.
And you know what? We should probably close out with meditation. So let me read this, and then we'll just go into silence and say good night to everyone. What a great thing to do is have a little discourse from the 28th of November, Discourse 17, 1932. But as we all know, time is an illusion. So thank you for joining in our very first I Am frequency. And we'll see everyone next week. A Course of Miracles will be on, and then we'll be back live, sharing good energy with you. Always remember, say thank you to Talkwad. Check out all of their they've got so many good spiritual things and empowerment things and just good old rock and roll and fun as well. Talkwad.com. Call in 727-493-2055. And this is an invocation from Saint Germain, and we'll end in silence. Thank you so much, Marie.
Thank you, Alan.
As always, it's been a delight because you are delightful. Saint Germain invocation. The Almighty Infinite Presence, all-pervading intelligence, all-pervading substance of light, the Almighty Presence, thou ascended Jesus Christ, now manifest through his mighty radiance. We give praise and thanks unto the light, unto thee, Almighty Brother. We give praise unto the central sun, to the one from whose ray we receive today. Out of the fullness of thy radiant life, O God, we bow in adoration before thy mighty presence. When the students are strong enough to bear it, they will become, accept it. You are the frequency, you are the light, you are the might.